What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another comic book review. My name is Chris, and today I have the Immortal Hulk #1, or Legacy number 718. I do not understand what Marvel's doing putting that Legacy number on there. Before I get into this, I just want to say the Immortal Hulk is a new book. There should be no legacy number. I don't understand where they're getting that. But anyway, I really enjoyed this for the most part. I was super hyped for this. I wanted Bruce Banner Hulk back. I don't like the new Hulk. I don't like that shit. I read a few of them, didn't like them. Wanted Bruce Banner back. And I read that this was going to be a more of a horror story, and I wanted that shit. Like I was super hyped for it. It was wrote by Al Ewing. I'm assuming I'm saying that right. Al Ewing. He's the writer. Joe Bennett is the penciler. Absolutely beautiful. Ryu, it's R-U-Y is his first name. Jose is the inker. Absolutely gorgeous. Paul Mounts is the color artist. VC's Corey Petit is the letterer. And the amazing Alex Ross did the cover. And I think he's going to keep doing the covers too. So that's what really drawn me in. It was, I seen that they were doing the Immortal Hulk, which that was kind of a spec book that I got a while back. Everybody was talking about, so I don't remember what Avengers that was, 694 or something like that. I bought a whole shit ton of them, but finally they came back out with a Bruce Banner Immortal Hulk #1, and they said it was going to be a horror story, sign me up, sign me up, sign me up. And then they said Alex Ross was going to be doing the covers. I was like, okay, put me down for all of them. And it didn't disappoint me. I thought the story was awesome. The story was great. It starts off, bam, super dark right away, and I like that. I like that a lot. It's not sugar-coated at all, and I like that. It's just bad shit right from the get-go, and it just keeps getting bad, and I like that a lot. But, Mr. Ewing, I seriously doubt you're ever going to watch this, which I've heard he's kind of a jerk on social media anyway, but one of my very top bugaboos of writers is when they, and you usually see it in TV, but if you don't know anything about firearms, then you shouldn't include them in your story, because they have police officers. Okay, there is a bank robbery. I'm not gonna try and spoil anything, because I think everybody should read this. I don't want to give away any of the story. I think you should go out and get it and read it. It is I would highly recommend it. But there is a I said bank robbery earlier. Sorry, a gas station robbery, and a man uses a revolver to commit this robbery. And there are police throughout the whole book, or a police woman throughout the whole book, explaining how there were casings left at the crime scene. Revolvers do not leave casings. You have to physically take those casings out of a revolver. They stay in the gun. They're not ejected. I don't know. That's just... man, that was one of my big... I hate that, man. Like, if you don't know anything about guns, then you shouldn't You shouldn't talk about them. It's just so annoying, man. It would have been all right if it was just once, but it was at least 2 times. At least 2 times. Oh, and then it went off in my... And then the guy says, it went off in my hands. The safety was off. There's no safety on a revolver. There's a hammer or there's not. There's no safety. So there's 2 things you got wrong. Like bad wrong. Not just a little wrong. Bad wrong. Especially the casings. I can understand the safety. Because I have seen some revolvers that have safeties, and like nobody ever bought them. They were junk. But I don't know. It's just like, if you don't know anything about, and I know he's anti-gun. I mean, he made that very, very clear. The first, like the number, I don't know, probably halfway in, just by the way the cop talks to the reporter. I mean, he made his agenda, and I'm fine with that. I don't give a shit what kind of... I mean, I don't give a shit what your agenda is. I'm fine with that. I don't give a shit. But, I don't know. Just, do a little bit more research into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's really hard to do research on something that you don't like, but even if you don't like it, if you're gonna write about it, you need to know every little single detail. There are writers that do that. There are writers that will get every single little detail. Christopher Priest is probably the best example. He will live, eat, sleep, breathe whatever he's getting ready to write. He will do it to a T until he knows every single thing about it. Like, he will become an expert by the end of whatever he's writing about. And I think that's where a lot of writers are lacking. And I'm not saying this Mr. Ewing is a bad writer by no means. I think the story itself is amazing. I wish he would have done more research on the firearms. But I think everybody should get it. I'll spoil this a little bit. That right there, oh my God. Whew. That right there is worth the cover price of this. That's awesome. I think everybody involved in this book did a bang up job. It's gorgeous. The story is great. And it's very dark. I like that. I think you're not getting a lot of dark from Marvel. Even whenever there's a dark story, it still turns out lovey-dovey, everything's good from Marvel. I'm a DC fanboy. I like dark shit. I like dark stories. And this delivered big time. Donny Cates, he delivers big time on the dark stories. And everybody involved did a bang up job, man. I'm telling you, the art's amazing, color's amazing. The color in this book sets the mood for everything else to follow. I think what's his name? Paul Mounts, man. If you ever watch this video, man, friggin' 2 thumbs up. I like that shit. I don't think colorists get enough credit as it is. When I see shit like this, I really don't think you get enough credit, because if it wasn't for the colorists, then it would feel completely different. I don't know how to explain it. It just, man, these panels pop off straight at you. The Hulk looks amazing. I haven't seen the Hulk look this good in a long time. I love everything about it. I don't have much else to say. I mean, I've rambled long enough. Rating wise, I would give it Oh man, I'd give it probably a 7.5 out of 10. Just because I would give it 8 out of 10, but the whole gun thing just kind of got me out of it for a second, and so I'll dock it. Fuck it, it's my review. But I guess if you like this, please like and subscribe. And if you didn't like it, then please leave a comment telling me why.